Hello again, friends. Angry here with friends. We got Sim Sam and Midland here. And
Yonk.
why the hell do we have Little River 110 in game? It's probably because there's a passenger set and they're Strasbourg colors.
Oh God.
But what the hell is going on? Well, there's a new mod that just came out that allows cabooses to now be set up as coaches. So it actually seats passengers. And we also have this open platform concession car that can hold 10 people. So we have concession cars and other stuff. So we basically have our new train. I think, boys, we've been running too many damn freight trains. We need to run more passenger trains. And why not have a tourist train that we can put more people in everything? So,
This just seems like a great way to go into more debt.
I mean, maybe, maybe not. But, you know, we have our new number 110 here, our lovely little Pacific. And I think we should run some trains. And Zimzam, why are you on top of the hoppers?
Why not? Why are you floating in midair?
I'm not floating in midair. I'm fine.
I think my game's crashing. You're like mid-jump animation.
Excellent, as it should be.
Well, again, there might be some parlor cars involved here, and I don't think you have that mod yet.
Yeah, but I have Little River 110.
Damn right you do.
I don't like this.
Well, too bad.
Yes.
So
I think it's time for us to just take a little tourist train out. We'll run some passengers for a little bit here and check out this new bit of equipment as Zim Sam struggles wildly with everything that's going on.
That's my life.
Alright, so we got the passenger car set up. Let's head towards Sylva. Do we have anything in our immediate way? Jesus, there's a lot of shit at Dillsboro.
Yes.
Well, this is going to be interesting then. But yeah, as we roll out of the interchange here with our beautiful new passenger set, let's just run back real quick, take a look at what's going on. So, let's just hop down. Nope, I can't hop down there. Get to the caboose. And can we actually climb? Nope, we can't climb down the ladder, but we can miss the train. Okay. So, yeah, the inside of this caboose is really freaking nice. And it's basically now just a charter car. This reminds me of the caboose at the Woodstown Central, actually. So.
Oh, that was a nice caboose down there.
It was a nice caboose. So basically, we now have the nice caboose. And, yeah. Then we've got the rest of the train. And, we have a table car here. Or a chair car, I should say. This is like the Valley Railroad.
Hey.
No, it was a compliment.
Okay.
I like the
This
Valley.
is a good thing.
Yes. And then we have our normal passenger car after the completely empty parlor or concession car. So we've got the two coaches, and then we have a baggage car. So it's not too bad. Zimzam, you glitched out of the game.
No, I left. I'm gonna reinstall the mod and see if that fixes it.
Got it.
Be aware, I'm going to hold the 501 where it is for a little bit, just because it's kind of way too close.
Okay. Well, that'll give me time to get number 110 out of here. By the way, what's a nickname for the 110 that we could use?
Little River? Oh.
We need a cooler name than Little River for the locomotive, though.
Are you still in Sylva?
I am at Paperboard, yes.
Oh, okay, that fixed it. I can see the engine and the cars.
Excellent.
You can see
And
clearly now.
the caboose. Alright, well, my timer went off. I gotta go make my wife dinner.
Have fun.
Yeah, have fun with your tourist train.
Well,
Hopefully it pays for itself, unlike anything else on this railroad.
yeah,
Yes,
hopefully-
Angry. Would you like to tell the people how much debt you are currently in?
1,000. No, hold on. That's Let me pull into the station and I will tell you the debt. And I am pulling into Sylva, right meow.
Yeah. Angry, be aware. You keep getting the open platform parlor cars. You keep getting the parlor cars by accident.
What do you mean
Just
getting
saying
it by
that.
accident?
These are not normal open platform coaches.
There's 60 people.
Yeah, but if you click on the
So I have
did
one
you get a
parlor with
parlor
the
on purpose on
markers.
the end?
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you did. I see what. Never mind. We're all good.
All right, so Midland, as we load up here, you had asked about the debt. The debt
Yes.
is currently at 359,000.
359,000.
That is correct.
I'm having some mild concerns about the financial state of this railroad.
Look, you worry a lot. But
I
it's
do.
okay, because now that we have our tourist train, we will be making all the money, because tourist trains never lose money.
Definitely don't ever lose money.
All right.
But also, you do realize that the Little River 110 you got is not fully accurate Little River
Correct,
110.
I got the better tender for it. Because we're going places. Just like this train is going places right now. By the way, do I have a train in my way at Dillsboro?
You do, but not really, because you can just go through the passing track.
Am I set for the passing track?
You are right now.
Excellent. Oh, it's
So,
the F units. And you are
yeah.
low on fuel.
Nah, they're fine. Remember, they started with 600 gallons.
Yeah, but they can hold more.
They can.
Alrighty, so we're off and running. So we'll kind of pass by places here and see what's going on. But you know, it seems like every time we play this game, there seems to be a new mod available for people to try. And for those who are wondering, the Caboose mod that we're using is public. You can get it on Nexus Mods, and I will link that down in the video description for people to check out.
To check out.
Yes. Yes. Now, Midland, in your mind, what would be like the perfect passenger train consist? Like
Oh,
a
boy.
perfect tourist train. Could be steam, could be diesel, could be something that already exists. You know.
So that is a wonderful question. And the problem is my mind on that consist is weird because there are so many things I would want on a tourist train consist, but visually it doesn't look quite right. And I don't know how in theory to make it look right, if that makes sense. Because first and foremost, I would want like a combine up front.
Okay. Combine is a good car.
Yeah, the whatever set of coaches you have, if there is a combine on that consist, I feel it needs to be at one end or the other. I'm not going to say it directly needs to be at the front of the train,
Okay.
but I'm not a huge fan of the trains that put it in the middle for no apparent reason other than they want to. If that makes sense.
Yep.
Or if it's at the end of the train because, say, there's a lift in it and it needs to be near the platform. Okay, awesome. That makes sense and it still looks vaguely right. So I want a combine.
Okay.
I would want at least 2 to 3 coaches.
Okay.
I would want some form of table/dining or like concession bar car.
Okay.
Like a car with tables and like light snacks. Then, off of that, I would want at least like 2 open air cars. Now, when I say open air cars, I prefer open air cars that are more of a boxcar style.
Okay.
Or like a, yeah, I guess a boxcar style. I can accept like the Strasbourg style a little bit, but for the way I'm envisioning this consist, the boxcar style makes more sense. Then after that, I would want a observation car with a platform on the end.
Okay.
Because open platforms on the end of trains are just awesome. And then, on the very end, I would want a caboose. Because riding in the caboose is just... I think you and I both know that riding in the caboose is kind of my favorite way to ride.
It can be nice, yes.
Yeah. So that's kind of how I would want it. Now, with the open platform on the end of the observation, it wouldn't really make sense to do that.
Okay.
So I could see putting that, like, between... Like, the caboose between the observation and the open airs. But that's about those two are like the only places I would want it.
Okay.
And if needed, I would up at the front. I would want like a baggage car for like head and power if it was needed in this certain scenario.
Okay.
That could be more situational.
Alrighty.
But that's just my take.
Why is the banana train there?
The banana train is there because there's currently no room for the tank car.
This yard just seems so disorganized.
It is. So I can try and make some room here if you give me like 5 minutes, or maybe less. Maybe less.
Well, no, I'm literally gonna move the banana train just out of the way temporarily.
That's right. You need to cool water, don't you?
Yeah. It also seems like 734 just needs to go back into the engine house, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I put 734 there so I could get to 50. So it was, you know how you're shoving 50 out of the way. I was shoving 734 out of the way.
Ah.
But Angry, we were talking. You brought up the question, so I'm gonna ask you the same question. What would your ideal consist kind of be?
So, as you may know, I like the White Pass Yukon.
Yes.
And I do find that their passenger train consist is frankly really nice. But specifically their Steam one, where they have a baggage car that's just a box car up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, maybe a combine, couple of coaches, concession car that's like an old combine or RPO that's repurposed. And then, from there, it can be whatever. Caboose on the end of the train is nice, but not necessary.
Fair.
Yep. But either that, or I really like the DNS's setup for passenger trains.
Okay. Personally, the DNS's setup is a little too random for me, but I understand why they do it. Because isn't it something like are the DNS's open air cars open to everybody, or is it just...
No, they're assigned.
They are assigned? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know.
Yes.
That kind
Yes,
of
you
makes
do
sense.
have to buy tickets for the open air car in the open air car. Okay. By the way, you stopped a passenger train. Where is that passenger train?
It's at Cowie. It's out of your way.
Okay.
It was literally on the markers of my passenger train, so I'm just gonna have it hold there for a little bit. So.
Okay.
Now, Angry, what is your philosophy on platforms on the end of observation cars?
Um. Well, I know a lot of railroads have gotten to the point that they don't allow people to ride on platforms, which I understand because a lot of people are really dumb. And I just missed the switch like a freaking idiot.
Because I caught you monologue.
Damn right you did.
Yeah, I know at like the Strasburg, you can't ride on any of the platforms except for the platform of the Hello Dolly.
Yes.
But I think that's because the railing's high enough there. I think.
Okay. All right. Once we fill up
Now,
this locomotive, on a quick aside, I think we're just going to run it to Bryson to inaugurate our tourist service here. And maybe
excellent.
we'll decide to ride in the Caboose most of the way down there. Because yes,
Would be neat.
steam engines are fun, but cabooses are cabooses. And
Cabooses
someone
are-
here is quite a fan of cabooses.
Yes, I am.
Yes, every time you seem to be at a railroad, you seem to,
If if they have a caboose, I tend to want to ride in it.
yes. All right, now we've refueled the train here. We've gained a Scotty.
Where's it going? Well, I have to, oh wait, because I have.
So now that we got cold water, we'll go ahead and get this. Scotty is taking over the lime train, which has definitely not just been running amok on its own without anyone looking at it or acknowledging its existence.
Where's Walker Lower Pulpwood?
Is Bryson. It's the Walker branch.
Oh god, I see. Is there supposed to be a caboose?
Where, on your train?
Mm-hmm.
There might not be one on your train. But we have one on mine. And with that, now that we have cleared the switch, and the train is stopped. Whoa, where am I? I fell through the floor.
Oh no.
And now I'm back. And that's facing the wrong way. Go over here. Get in the nice caboose and take a seat. Alright. And let's lean out the cupola here and just enjoy our ride on our passenger caboose. So here's a question for you, Scotty. What would you say is the ultimate tourist railroad passenger car consist? Like, not necessarily specific cars, but like what type of cars you would want on any passenger train?
So I haven't been to a lot of places. I've actually been to a depressingly low amount of places. I would say some place that has open air cars. So I know that Reading and Northern has a bunch. I mean, not open air, like coaches that you can open the windows.
Mm-hmm.
So I know Reading and Northern, like a bunch of their stuff has it. TVRM has a really nice set. But I always, like when we went, we rode Coach 1000, which is open window, and it was amazing. So, as much as I love U.S. Sugar, I think that I don't think they've got as much open stuff as I would like.
Because U.S. Sugar only has what the open air baggage bar car thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm not gonna lie, is a neat car. It's a neat way of doing that. Also, tangentially going off of this topic, Angry, what is your favorite type of passenger car?
I would probably have to say just a nice caboose.
A nice caboose?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it depends on like what the context and what type of car it is. Like, a parlor car can vary drastically depending on the railroad.
True.
So, on one hand, you could have something like these broadtops, parlor car, which only seats 15 people, but is a unique car in itself. Or you could have something like at the Cass Scenic, actually not Cass, but the Durban and Greenbrier Valley, where their stuff is going to be a lot more, upscale, comfier seats, food included, like definitely more of, I would call it a bougie experience. And I definitely like bougie experiences. Now, the one that I haven't done yet that I really want to do is Colbrookdale, because they just seem to have a really premium experience. And, obviously having passenger cars with frickin', what is it,
Laser
stained
beam?
glass?
Oh.
Well,
Yeah,
that
the
too.
stained glass. But I've done Colbrookdale about 3 times, and they have very nice cars.
What? Uh-oh.
What's an uh-oh?
I teleported back to my person that was riding on the front of the train, and I'm across the river staring at my train from the other side of the river.
Hit shift 0.
What's that do?
It takes
You
you
get you in the
back.
cab.
I don't want to be in the cab. I want to be on my shove platform.
So Sky, rolling off of that, what's your favorite type of passenger car? You may have kind of already said it.
I am an observation car nut, so
You like your open platform observations
Yeah.
or your general
like
observations?
like when we went to TVRM, like we tried to basically just like it was a huge, like we coordinated for like 20 something people to go, just all to ride together. We tried to rent out Eden Isle, but they had just pulled Eden Isle out of service to rebuild. Because you could see through the floor apparently, or something like that. So,
That's a
Oh,
mild
I have a
problem.
story about that afterwards, but continue.
but yeah, I like I said, very few tourist experiences, but I kind of like a quieter, more private thing, unless I'm with a group of people. So like, I'd rather rent out a car like a Caboose or an observation and be like, yes, the only idiots in this car are my idiots.
This sounds like what Midland does every year at the East Broadtop.
Ah, yes, Midland's annual Nice Caboose extravaganza.
That is correct.
So yeah, I would love to do that.
More information coming soon.
Yeah.
.tm.
Along with the Midland calendar.
There was no,
Yes,
Scotty. We
the
talked about
sexy
this.
Midland calendar.
We talked about this, Scotty.
Well, we talk about it a lot. It's, one day you'll come around to it.
No. No.
Where does
well,
this car go?
Continuing on from the favorite passenger car, I'm also with Scotty a bit. I'm definitely an observation car kind of guy, but I'm also a dome kind of guy. I really like the idea of domes.
I'm so stupid.
Continue.
And of course, as mentioned earlier, I prefer I definitely like a nice caboose. A nice caboose is nice.
Caboose guy, I see.
So you mentioned seeing holes in cars. So in 2006, I went back to Colorado for like the 4th or 5th time with my grandfather. And he and I would always go all over the country riding these trains together, and it was our bonding thing. and that was the year or the year after the San Luis and Rio Grande Railroad had reopened and it started doing tourist trains over the track from Alamosa to La Vita Pass and over towards, I don't know if they went into Walsenburg or the town, like whatever, it was the base of the hill essentially. But we were in like the first or second year riding it, and we're like, oh man, this is new, great, there's a brand new tourist train on track we haven't ridden. And we were already planning to ride to Cumbres and Toltec and the Durango and Silverton. And we were going out for the narrow gauge convention that was in Durango that year. So we get on the Rio Grande, and the coach that we're in, we look down, and there are literally holes in the floor of the coach right below our seats. They were not huge. They were maybe quarter to dollar sized holes. But we asked to move seats.
But do you recall what car you were in?
I don't remember because I know that they like shuffled a lot of equipment through there. Because Ed Ellis would just send whatever Iowa Pacific cars had available to there, and I really forget. I do know it was the year before they got Southern Pacific 1744 in service, so our train was diesel. I know that.
Okay.
But
Is this the railroad that had the 280?
yeah,
eventually?
they had they had former LS&I 18, aka former Grand Canyon Railroad 18, which is now number 18 at Colebrookdale.
So, technically, yes. The engine is privately owned, but was moved to Colebrookdale to eventually be restored to operation, though that may come later than sooner.
Yeah, because then they got a second locomotive from, was it TVRM?
So the TVRM engine is actually technically the third one they own. The second one was an engine that's still on display out in Michigan, I think.
Oh, they got the Pacific from TVRM.
Yeah, they got a Canadian National Pacific, but there was also
Can-
that was actually their second Canadian National Pacific. Or well,
yeah,
I say
Canadian
that.
National.
The first one may not be Canadian National. It may have been Grand Trunk.
Grand Trunk.
Because I think it was
Grand
the 5030 is the number of that one. And technically, and I'm saying a lot of technically here. I think 5030 is a situation where they own the engine but haven't moved it from Michigan yet because there's something preventing it. But as for the two engines on property, it would be 18 and 5288.
I would like to ride behind the 18 again. I rode it at the Grand Canyon Railroad as a kid, and that was a hoot and a holler just to do. I think I rode it in first class too, which was nice.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon is a good railroad.
Yeah.
They
They need to run more steam in general, but that's their own prerogative.
I unfortunately only got to ride the Grand Canyon during the 5-year period where they weren't running any steam at all. So I was stuck in one of the RDC rebuilds with an F40, but it was still a fun ride.
Some else is gonna switch. Easel stand.
Alright, well now that we're at the station in Wilmot, let's take a look. Get out of our nice caboose and take a look around. Oh, I spotted this well. I love this.
I will also say, Angry, if you ever wish to ride any of the former San Luis and Rio Grande cars,
they're at Reading.
a lot of them are at the RNN right now.
Yeah.
including the former Southern Steam Program open air car, Lookout Mountain.
I know for sure I didn't ride on Lookout Mountain when I was there. All right, how's our locomotive doing? Seems to be doing just fine. Excellent.
Because that's an observation open air car. It's Hello Dolly, except 85 feet long and heavyweight.
Nice.
And I actually rode it into the Lehigh Gorge, and it was a nice ride. It's a nice car. Highly recommend if people get a chance to ride in it. Though unfortunately, it's no longer called Lookout Mountain.
Boo. Well, I guess I can't stop here at Wilmette because there's no room at Wilmette for anything. So,
There is no room. Why is there no room? Because
Alright.
there is no room.
I guess we'll go
'Cause
ahead
we
and
run a
signal
popular-
our thing.
Train. Oh no!
What did you do, Scotty?
Train go wrong way.
That's kind of a problem.
Alrighty. Alright.
The Jeep is backwards, so I keep getting turned around.
You mean it's the correct way? Long hood forward is best hood forward.
Quiet, you foamer. Alright. So, overall, I'm really liking this Caboose mod. It looks cool. The car rides smoothly. But the one that I forgot that I put on this train is also Casey's mod of the chair car, basically from the Valley. Like,
Oh, the
it's-
parlor.
yeah, the parlor.
I think the inside joke with that car is it's jokingly called the Mary Ain't,
Oh God,
as a play on the Mary Ann.
man. Of course. Be nice if I could sit down in the seat. There we go. So I will say I do like the actual Marriott car at Strasbourg.
Yes,
For two
it's a very nice
reasons.
car.
One, it is a nice car and it's a decent ride. It honestly is one of the better reasons to ride that railroad is that car. But also, my grandmother's name was Marion. And so there was a running joke that they had named the car after her. And so we did have an opportunity to take her out to the railroad a few times before she passed away, and she got to ride in her quote-unquote namesake car, and the attendants spoiled her rotten. So
Nice.
that was a very fun memory.
That's a nice family experience there. On the subject of nice cars at the Strasbourg, I know it. I think it's in the shop getting some work done, but Car 10, their president's car,
Mm-hmm.
is also a very nice car. At least inside.
That's the big private car, right?
Yeah, former Reading president's car, I think, or vice president's car. So, continuing on this line, what is the nicest passenger car you've ever ridden in Angry?
I'm trying to think. been on so many like tourist railroads and different offerings that I'm trying to like pick one. I remember the trip on the Durban and Greenbrier New Tigard Flyer had a really nice parlor car, which was a really nice car to ride in. For different reasons, the Caboose at Woodstown Central is really nice. It's not like the most ornate car, but they've done a really great job with it. I'm literally trying to run down like the list of trains I've been on. I have to think on that. What would you say, Midland?
For me, the nicest car I'd probably ever ridden in would likely be one of the Colbrookdale cars, just like as far as like the feeling of niceness, or likely car 7 on the RNN, formerly called King Cole, formerly the Illinois Central Mardi Gras car. Kind of a round end observation. Is a really nice car. I will say I'm getting distinct memories of the cafe concession dining car on the Grand Canyon being really nice too. Because I remember riding that for a fair bit. But if we're in terms of like overall opulence and niceness, I would have to say probably one of the Colbert cars.
Yeah, Colbrookdale's hard to beat in that regard.
And they're doing a lot of work to their property too, which is nice to see.
I'm gonna ask a question because I can barely tell from where I am here in the Caboose. Is there anything on the main at Whittier?
No.
Okay.
Scotty.
No. I'm perfectly in the clear. Don't look ahead. Just stay in the Caboose.
I am
Nothing
staying
bad
in the
will happen.
Caboose.
Good.
Scotty
You know
is
what's
standing right by the switch.
I will say I need to do more of these pasture runs where I'm back in the actual Caboose. Like, it's actually really peaceful.
Kind of a nice, peaceful experience.
Yep.
This train's heavy.
Alright, I am pulling into Whittier.
So, Angry, I'm going to ask you a loaded question.
Okay.
And the reason I'm saying it's a loaded question is it could prevent some extensive thought, or it could be a very simple answer, but we'll see. What is one thing you think all tourist railroads could do better?
Give me more throttle time. Me specifically, I don't care about anyone.
It really depends. I think there's always the focus of trying to build the visitor experience. So whether that's just facilities at your location, God, I don't know. That's a tricky one because it really depends on the railroad. Because there's so much that can be affected by that. You know?
Okay.
Because on one hand, like like some railroads offer more in the thing of views than others. So you ride the railroad for that as opposed to not necessarily the train itself. Like the White Pass in Yukon pops up, like you don't go to the railroad for the nice facilities, you go because of the views from the train. You know, I think onboard service is obviously very important, depending on the length of your ride. If you're under an hour, you probably don't need it. But if you're anything over an hour, having some sort of concession or some sort of food option or anything like that's going to be really important. But again, it just depends.
Okay.
I think one thing, and this is not really like a criticism. It's more of like a thing a lot of people are doing. That's like a nice move in the right direction. Is just cleaning up the overall facility.
Yeah.
So I know like the Florida Railroad Museum that used to be right down the street from where I conducted business was like always like this like a homely little railroad museum. Like there's nothing wrong with it, but it was just always kind of like yeah, there's stuff here. But like they've like completely redid the end of the line. They've redone like to be like different. They're like painting a bunch of equipment, cleaning it up. They're now building like brick and mortar buildings at the front and whatnot. And it's just like sort of focusing on the equipment they have. It's like this is nice.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if you go to a place and everything's just rusted out, beat up, and kind of like, huh.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And actually, that kind of ties into the trip that we did a month ago, Midland, when we went to Strasbourg, because they used to have a whole bunch of locomotives just kind of rusting on their deadline out, at the end of the Strasbourg yard. And granted, they've ended up selling off most of them, but the yard looked a lot cleaner.
It did.
And it did make a visual impact on me, at least.
It was noticeable, and I would definitely say that definitely helped clean up the image of the Strasbourg a little bit. I will say I was a little disappointed in the experience at the Strasbourg for other reasons, not necessarily the cleanliness of the yard, because the yard was very cleanly. As was actually pretty much their entire station complex. But like, I don't think at the Strasbourg we ended up getting like individual tickets at all, did we?
No, we did not. That was definitely a downgrade.
Like the souvenir ticket, as much as some people may make fun of it, is kind of a nice memento. Like, oh, this will help me remember this trip. So I guess in a kind of tangential way of answering that question, at least in my own mind, like something all tourist railroads could do is just focus on giving a good experience.
Here. Okay, we're gonna let the other one run for a moment. I just realized that we had other other trains. Why is that there?
Why is what? Where?
Number 1's in the way.
Wait, why is the one in the way?
It was at a place it should not have been.
Wait, where was it?
Blocking a train at what the hell happened to this? Jesus Christ.
Is the Appalachia yard a mess?
No, the tender on the number 1 is at like 61%.
Oh.
Where's number 1?
Alarka.
I want to do more tourist railroads. Like it's like I didn't ride at Colorado Railroad Museum. Victoria Road. Victoria had a great time. Yeah. I've only done Tennessee Valley. Florida Railroad Museum, Gold Coast, and then the Alberta Railway Museum. So definitely lacking. Need to make trips out.
God, he needs
Especially
work.
since I have so many standing invites places. It's like, I want to go to East Broad Top. I want to go to Nevada Northern. I want to go to Strasbourg.
Yeah. I still have a lot of like railroad museums in the Midwest that I would love to get to at some point, but I just haven't had the time yet to get to. Like I had the lovely ability to go to the Illinois Railroad Museum and get a tour of it when it was closed to the public. But,
oh, I've been there. I forgot about that.
You know, there was so much that I didn't see that I really want to go back. And I had the opportunity to briefly meet their president, and you know, seems like they have a really cool operation out there that I would love to learn more about. But you know, again, it's tricky when you also work for a railroad. So
Yeah.
all right. Meanwhile, the number 110 is now pulling into Ella. Oh, my guy fell out of the train.
Whoops.
Alrighty, so we'll let that unload at Ella. Yeah, I literally look away from this train for like a few minutes to get the Alarka stuff running and making us money. And I apparently miss everything. Alrighty, back to the Caboose. And number 501 is stopped for FUC. Oh, that's not the F units that I was thinking of. That is...
Yeah, they're down in Sylva. They should be fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, now we got it spaced out a little bit more. That's good. Okay, so that's full. That's full. That's full, and that's full. All right. It's a bit of a jolting start.
Or the.
Get back here, train. God, I'm so... I keep pulling into Whittier, going, oh, I got a delivery to make here. I don't have to make a delivery at Whittier.
But don't you have 2 cars to drop off in Whittier?
At East Whittier. I've pulled into Whittier twice to drop off a car I don't have.
Oh, Jesus.
I need to be in Ella. Oh no, something's chasing me.
Dun dun
No.
dun 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 dun.
Ah! Let me up.
I just want to ride my...
I want to ride my choo-choo train. I want to ride a train. That's how the song goes, right?
I think so.
Alrighty. And I'd have no passengers or freight trains ahead of me right now, which is good. Yeah, that's doing what it should. That's off and running. Perfect. So we can just ride and enjoy this last bit of the trip over to Bryson in our passenger caboose here. Oh, and that's right. I gotta change views here. Let me make sure that passenger train that's over at Brooks is not just going at like 20 miles an hour for the rest of its trip.
But what if it wants to?
No, it's not going to. It's now resuming track speed. Alright, 110. It's all up to you now. We need you to pull this train and go fast. We need to get to Bryson. It's time for the passengers' dinner.
Can't they just eat in the concession car?
We're all out of tacos.
Oh no, that's a problem.
Yes.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No.
We need more tacos.
I was going too
Burritos.
fast.
What did you do?
Nothing. Nothing.
Did you break the choo-choo?
Sounds like
Nothing.
he's doing something. Wait, who's blowing my whistle?
Not me. I'm having a crisis.
Interesting, interesting.
Hi. It is me.
It was Midland all along.
Wow, I've been bamboozled. I've been schmeckledorfed. Alright. Governor's Island has been reached.
Governed?
Yes, we have governed the island. So. Alright, we're picking up speed. Speed!
We built all the way to Andrews.
We have delivered the first set of cars to go over Red Marble. But we have not gotten there yet. Alright, Caboose boy, go over to the other side. Alrighty, and we are now pulling into the one, the only Bryson yard. So we'll go ahead and get our number 110 over there, and we'll unload this train. Why not?
So where is the Suffering Southern Tourist Service going to be running?
Everywhere and anywhere. We will decide, because now we have a 440 and we have this 462, the Little Pacific, that could run our tourist trains.
Are we going to need more cars for our tourist trains?
Not at the moment, no. Because we got plenty.
Angry, why are we in so much debt?
Don't question it.
Don't worry about it. Alrighty. And with that, we have reached Bryson. And I think the inaugural run of our brand new tourist train service is all set. So
Yay!
we'll go ahead and end the video here, but thank you so much for joining in for all of our fun stuff. If you liked our little caboose ride here, please consider liking the video, sharing it with your friends, subscribing to the channel, and we'll see y'all next time for more fun on the Suffering Southern. Bye-bye.
Bye!
Bye!